Looking back on my life, I never ever imagined I would end up buying a bag like the one we are covering in today's video. I am 27 years old this year, and whether it's because I was younger before, didn't feel the need, or had various other reasons, I still can't believe that the current me actually bought this bag. And as you guys just saw, it's this bag. So it is a briefcase crafted using horsehide from none other than Shinki, the legendary Japanese tannery. I never thought I would purchase a briefcase, nor did I ever think I would fall so deeply into the charm of the leather. So in today's video, I'll share the story of how I ended up buying this bag, explain what Shinki actually is, and review my thoughts after using it for over a month. Honestly, just knowing about a tannery like Shinki means you are well beyond being a casual fashion fan. I assume those of you watching this either have incredible fashion taste or a deep understanding of leather, which kind of makes me a bit nervous. I'm still in the process of learning and trying out different things myself, so I hope you enjoy the video. Also, for those of you who don't know much about leather yet, it would be awesome if we could learn and grow together through this channel. So yeah, getting back to the point, why do I still find it hard to believe that I bought a briefcase? First of all, to reflect on the bags I've used in my 27 years. Back in elementary, middle, and high school, I used standard student backpacks. During my student years, I also played as a soccer player, so I often used crossbody athletic bags. Then in college, I carried a laptop backpack. Summing it all up, backpacks and crossbody bags were literally the entirety of my experience with bags. And you know what? It wasn't just my environment either. Up until, late last year, meaning late 2025, my eyes weren't truly open to fashion. Since I had zero fashion awareness, my mindset was simply, hey, as long as it's a backpack, it works. Now, that I'm in my late 20s, whether you consider that older or not is subjective, but by my standards, getting a bit older has made me naturally drawn to more mature, refined things. On top of that, since I run my own business, I meet a lot of different people. Recently, falling hard into amikaji has made me pay a lot more attention to my overall look. Now, you guys might ask, so Steve, all right, you got older, you fell into amikaji, but what exactly is this bag? And why did you end up choosing a briefcase? So actually, the reason I chose a briefcase over other styles was crystal clear. I didn't want to damage my amikaji outfit. Currently, the main amikaji setups I enjoy wearing are my Bonkura Horsehide Type 1 jacket, alongside my denim on denim setups from Levi's, Momotaro jeans, and Full Count. I mean, since I mostly drive everywhere, even if I have things to carry, I didn't strictly need a bag actually. And if I did, I would just grab whatever random backpack was rolling around the house. But after doing that for about a month, it certainly, hit me. Wait, this isn't right. First off, pairing a standard backpack with an amikaji fit, the aesthetics just didn't match at all. Some might say it looks okay, but not for me. So I looked into alternatives and considered luxury brands, specifically a roomy Rimowa leather backpack. I even went to the retail store to check it out in person and was right on the verge of buying it. But then I realized that wearing a backpack frequently would place friction on the fabric and damage it, As you guys know, with denim, we have the concept of fading and aging, right? Now, I agree that since I don't wear a backpack every single day for a commute, at most, I'll wear it for an hour a day. Maybe I was overreacting a bit, but because I was new to amikaji and cherished my clothes so much, that's just how my mind works. So stop laughing at me right now. Also, with autumn coming up, I plan on wearing my leather jackets. Wearing a backpack over a leather jacket, that is an absolute non-starter. Just imagining how backpack strap would deform the leather, that makes me dizzy. If any of you out there do that, you have my immense respect, but I personally just can't bring myself to do it. And to be fair, backpacks are the most comfortable option. Your entire upper body shares the load, so the perceived weight is relatively light, but considering the damage to the clothes and the visual clash, putting a backpack over a heavy, mature amikaji fit made the overall look feel awkwardly youthful and out of place. And yeah, that's why, that led me to explore the alternative, which is briefcases. I mean, I never thought in my wildest dreams I'll be Googling briefcases. I don't work a standard office job. I live my life pretty much like a free spirit. Running my own business allows me to tailor my lifestyle to my liking, meaning I have zero corporate dress codes. To me, briefcases carried a strong image of restricted freedom. So I wasn't particularly thrilled at first. And as time went on, as I kept searching around, a Toys McCoy helmet bag caught my eye. It had the general shape of a briefcase, but it didn't look overly formal. It kind of, carried a refined sense of rug freedom that I really loved. Since it's hot right now in the middle of August, I obviously can't wear a leather jacket, so I rock my Japanese denim as denim on denim setups. I mean, like, that's still hot though, but I usually drive, so that's okay. But if you're trying to do those kind of a dress code and walking outside, I don't really want to suggest, just don't do it. So anyways, to lean into that rugged macho mood, I styled my hair in a slicked back look and wear rainband aviators when I head out, imagining myself carrying that helmet bag alongside. That look felt like a perfect match. While this Toys McCoy helmet bag completely captivated me with its design and materials, a major factor made me hesitate right before clicking buy. The factor was rarity. I don't know about other countries, but as I researched the Toys McCoy helmet bag, I discovered that quite a lot of people in South Korea were already using it. I'm mostly talking about people who's really into amikaji. So yeah, you might think that's a silly reason, but ever since I was a kid, I've always sought out, rare things that others don't have. So that was my first reason for passing on it. And the second reason was an even higher ambition for superior material. As I mentioned above, I own a Bonkura Horsehide Type 1 jacket, right? That was the very first leather piece I ever bought in my life, as well as my first experience with Horsehide. So learning about the concept of chashim, which is T-core leather, in Japan and Korea we call that chashim, so made me fall in even deeper love with it. To recap, chashim refers to leather where the black surface, dye wears over time through friction and scratches, revealing the rich brown core underneath. And yeah, I bought the jacket around February of this year and wore it almost every single day until the weather got warm. And I really gotta say this. The pleasure of, breaking in that heavy horsehide completely won me over. Giving me a quirky preference where I now strictly look for horsehide whenever I shop for leather. Since I haven't worn it for that long yet, the brown underlayer hasn't peaked through just yet. Anyway, studying horsehide led me to learn about Shinki Kaku, a world-renowned Japanese tannery, and I wanted a piece made with their leather so badly, which I'm talking about the briefcases. And actually, my very first introduction to Shinki Kaku came a few months ago during my search for my first engineer boots. You can watch my Toys McCoy engineer boots journey and a review right here. At the time, my friend saw that I liked rug styles and suggested I try engineer boots, pointing me toward the John Lofgren Wabash, I don't know how to pronounce, but Wabash engineer boots. The moment I saw them, the texture and luster of that Shinki Kaku horsehide literally took my breath away. But you know what? I wanted them so bad, but as many of you know, despite their extremely high price tag, as far as I know, I remember it was around $2,300 or something, they were completely sold out everywhere, with reservations backed up into early 2027. I can't believe that, and I still can't buy that, So I pivoted to Toys McCoy engineer boots instead, but that experience left me with a huge obsession for Shinki Kaku leather. And that dream stayed with me and heavily influenced my briefcase search. I frantically started Googling to see if there were any briefcases made with Shinki Kaku horsehide. As my subscribers know, I am stubbornly committed to made in Japan. And the reason is I love the uncompromising craftsmanship and obsessive attention to detail that Japan is famous for. Every single amikaji piece I've bought so far, without exception, has been made in Japan. So I searched Google to the best of my knowledge and even asked my Japanese girlfriend to search in Japanese, but I couldn't find a single brand or leather workshop making briefcases out of Shinki Kaku leather. If you guys know, please tell me. So yeah, I spent about a full week searching, but because I wanted it so badly, it didn't feel kind of exhausting, you know? It was actually a great learning experience where I gained a lot of knowledge about leather grading and average workshop pricing. So yeah, I desperately wanted something made locally in Japan, but after coming up empty-handed, I was right on the verge of giving up actually. Then completely by chance, I stumbled upon a leather workshop in South Korea that makes briefcases using Shinki Kaku leather. I still find it hard to believe. I was mindlessly scrolling through Instagram reels, and you know how, sponsored ad slides pop up between videos, right? My eyes caught the unmistakable texture and shine of Shinki Kaku Horsehide on a briefcase. And seeing that it was made by a leather workshop right here in Korea made me insanely excited. However, by my personal standards, the one big dilemma was my stubborn preference for made in Japan. But I'm not saying Korean craftsmanship is bad, but it's actually great quality, But I just really want to say that I personally had that lingering hesitation. So before making my decision, I did a ton of soul searching. I messaged the owner directly via Instagram DM, asked a bunch of questions, spent 2 more days doing a thorough research, and finally placed the order. Through this process, I ended up researching a lot of leather workshops across South Korea, and as far as I could find, this was the single, only workshop in the entire country making bags out of Shinki Kaku leather. And after that, fearing that the owner might change his mind and stop using Shinki Kaku at any moment, I hurriedly placed my order. At the same time, I was frantically doing background checks to make sure that workshop was legit and trustworthy. Yeah, I would say it was an absolute whirlwind of chaos. Since it's a custom made to order piece, returns weren't an option, so I had to be extremely thorough. Oh, and yeah, I haven't introduced the workshop name yet. It's called Billionaire. They are located in Seoul, South Korea. Since I live down in Busan, the distance was too far to go check it out in person. If you aren't familiar with Korean geography, Seoul and Busan are essentially at the top and bottom, like Seoul on the top and Busan at the bottom, kind of like ends of the country respectively. Let me just show you on the map right here. So looking at the briefcase model on their website, there were a couple of tiny details that didn't fit my exact taste. So I did request a custom tweak. Nothing major. I just asked him to leave off the external brand logo and internal too. But while talking via Instagram DM with the workshop owner, the workshop is run solely by the owner, who seems like a very rugged artistic guy who loves taking creative risks. He's kind of young too. Looking through his Instagram feed, you can see various experimental designs, but to be completely honest, except for the briefcase I ordered, the other styles weren't really my cup of tea. Buying this was mostly driven by the fact that he used Shinki Kaku Horsehide. So yeah, without expecting anything mind-blowing, 2 long weeks passed after placing my order because it was a custom made to order piece. And when the package finally arrived, man, I nearly lost my mind out of pure bliss. The moment I opened the box, the rich aroma of Shinki Kaku Horsehide filled the room. I'm not lying, I'm totally serious. And even before touching it, the leather shimmered under the light like sunlight reflecting off ocean waves. After admiring the leather for a full minute, it was time to inspect the build quality. As a first-time leather briefcase user, I don't know how my standards compared to seasoned collectors, but I was beyond satisfied. I've even using this briefcase for over a month now, so let me share the pros and cons I've experienced. If I had to pick any downsides, the first would be that on the front pocket. The leather tension subtly reveals the shape of the internal snap button, but after using it for a month, it started feeling, kind of like pretty natural. And the second thing was that the lining color felt a bit plain. I mean, you can choose between black and bright orange lining. And since orange really didn't suit me, I went with black. And if I could make a suggestion to the maker, offering a rich, deep brown lining that matches the thread color would be amazing. Still, the lining is 100% herringbone fabric, so I'm very happy with it. The interior also comes with a logo by default, but as I said, I asked him to leave that off as well. But considering the price, the quality is fully justified. In fact, I feel like I received quality well above what I paid. The price was 523,000 current won, which is around 380 US dollars. The other thing was whether the maker intended this or not. I noticed that when you grab the top handles, the front handles sits slightly higher than the rear handle, making it much easier and more comfortable to grip. If both handles set at the exact same height, grabbing them together would make the handle area uncomfortably thick and cause the constant friction, weighing down the leather much faster. So yeah, I think making them offset was a brilliant design choice, and I also love the color scheme choices. The stitching uses a deep, mature brown that adds a classy, high-end feel, while the zipper features a bright gold tone that adds a nice pop. The front pockets use snap buttons rather than magnets, and the internal storage space is generous without feeling cramped. There was one specific detail on the front pocket that generally touched me. When you reach your hand into the front pocket from above, your fingernails naturally point toward the upper inner lining of the pocket, right? Normally, that friction would scratch up and damage the interior leather over time. The maker clearly anticipated this and lined only the upper section with durable herringbone fabric to prevent scratches. Conversely, the lower part where your palm slides past was left as raw leather, so it feels smooth against your hand. Experiencing that level of thoughtful detail made me completely satisfied. Overall, the construction feels rock solid and impeccably put together. And moving on in terms of sizing, it fits both 13 and 16-inch MacBooks. The 13-inch slides effortlessly into the dedicated padded laptop compartment, while the 16-inch doesn't fit in the padded sleeve and has to sit in the main central compartment. And actually, this briefcase size is for a 13-inch MacBook. The actual detail size is, the dimensions are 38, 28, 8, which is in centimeters. And I currently carry my 16-inch MacBook in it, and it works completely fine. A 16-inch MacBook is fairly heavy, but after carrying it around for a month, the bottom of the back hasn't sagged under the weight, nor has there been any stitching failure near the handles. It looks like the maker inserted a rigid cordboard into the face to prevent sagging beforehand. So yeah, I think I really gotta tell, the more I use it, the more I appreciate these hidden details. The bag also comes with an included shoulder strap, so you can wear it as a crossbody, but I don't use shoulder straps, so I tucked it away in storage. Looking at the briefcase from the outside, it might look like it lacks structure, but surprisingly, it's both supple and firm at the same time. Touching the leather feels amazing, and visually, the deep sheen gives it an understated, high-end look. I routinely carry my laptop, Ray-Ban sunglasses, lip balm, wallet, sunscreen, and AirPods in it, and there's still plenty of room left over. If there's one wish I have, it's that I hope he makes a slightly larger version scaled specifically to hold a 16-inch MacBook in the padded sleeve. Currently, there's only 13-inch size. It seems like not many people in Korea know about this workshop either, but I noticed they offer worldwide shipping too. Their website is currently only in Korean, so if you're ordering from abroad, using Chrome's auto translate feature will help you navigate smoothly. So today, I reviewed my very first made in Korea briefcase crafted from Shinki Kaku Horsehide. Ever since I fell into amikaji, I just keep buying item after item. I think like a lot of people who's really into amikaji can relate to this, but I am so happy, and since this passion is what got me interested in fashion in the first place, I don't regret spending a single penny. Vintage inspired heritage fashion never goes out of style, so the pieces hold their value over time, which makes me super satisfied. In a way, buying this bag feels like it completed my overall amikaji look, but of course I still have more items to buy. I also bought a Japanese made fedora that I wear around, and paired with that, the outfit is, I think, 100% complete. I'll make sure to cover that fedora in my next video, and actually it's a Panama hat. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another great episode.